Evening, folks. How are we? Hope you're well. Yep, you're watching the Rangers game, Scott. Kind of too long to go, actually. It must be coming up to the end now. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm absolutely fine. Yep. Just give me one little second. Yeah, how's your weekend been? Mine's has been not too bad, apart from us losing at the rugby yesterday. Though I have to say, I don't actually mind when Italy win because they very rarely win, and they did actually deserve the victory. So, yeah, right. Anyway, listen, I have called this a very, very pretentious Commodore 64 versus ZX Spectrum arcade face-off. And the video title is, or the description is, the two popular 8-bit clash in the ultimate face-off. Obviously, that's a complete pile of horse shit. But anyway, I was talking to Del Boy last night, and he was coming up with a few ideas what I can do for these things because the problem you've got with some of these live streams, like last week, I was wanting to play it in television, and because I've never played it in television before, I didn't realise that there's a lot of keys, and so you can't really allocate them to the control pad, etc. And it kind of meant that I couldn't really play any of the games, and that's the problem with a lot of these kind of systems. A lot of them, they didn't have joysticks, whatever, and me trying to play a game using the keyboard isn't going to happen. So I've tried to come up with something slightly different tonight. What I have done is and this is purely my opinion, I have picked five of the best arcade conversions on the Spectrum, and then I've done the same for the Commodore 64. So in a total, we have got 10 games. Now I know this is not a definitive list at all, but it's my list, and that obviously is the only thing that counts. So for the Spectrum, I've got Chase HQ, I've got Renegade, I've got Bombjack, Commando, and Gauntlet. Now, Gauntlet did actually appear quite high up in the Your Sinclair, hence the inclusion. And on the Commodore 64 games, I have picked Buggy Boy, Hyper Sports, Salamander, Ghosts and Goblins, and Rodland. So we're going to play each of these 10 games on both systems, and I'm going to score it. I will personally score it. Um, each one is going to be, you're going to have graphics, sound, playability, and feel of the arcade. So there we go, and then we'll tot all the scores up. I've got a wonderful spreadsheet which took me about 30 seconds to make. We're going to tot them all up and see quite literally who is the heavyweight giant of the 8-bit conversion computers. There we go. What a lot of shit that was. Anyway, right, I'm going to jump across to the Mr. Webcam and you'll see this spreadsheet. Ta-da! There we go. There's a spreadsheet. I wonder if I can I move that up there? It doesn't really matter. No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine there. So let's play some games. Now, a certain game which we won't mention was actually voted the top Spectrum arcade conversion. I wasn't going to play that for obvious reasons. So let's get going. F12, let's try. Now, obviously, I'm shite at a lot of these games, especially Chase HQ. I've never been good at it, but we'll give it a go anyway. So let's go, computer. What we'll do is we'll play one Spectrum game and then we'll play the 64 conversion and just kind of I could have had the Amstrad, but we're quite literally been here all night. So I'll probably do another one of these maybe next week, whatever. We'll do the Amstrad v the C64, something like that. If I had time, I would have done the Amstrad as well, but we're not going to. We are quite literally going to be here all night. So what we're looking for? We're looking for the ZX Spectrum. Evening, Ox. How are you, mate? ZX Spectrum. There we go. ZX Spectrum. Now, for some weird reason, uh, the Spectrum core on the Mister doesn't like OBS, so sometimes you get corrupt graphics, even though it's fine on the Mister. For some weird reason, it doesn't always show up properly. Right, what we're looking for? We're looking for Chase HQ. Uh, disc. Oh, wait a minute. No, listen, we'll just load the tape version, I think. That's good. It does load pretty quick. Every time I start one of these videos where I'm overly complicating, it always goes tits up and I end up playing bloody Super Pipeline, which isn't a bad thing. Right, stop the tape. Can I hear this sound? Now, I know that the 128 version has got... In fact, you know what? Let's load up the 128 version. We'll give the Spectrum its best possible chance of winning something. So let's see, Spectrum +3. We go back and then we reset and apply, like so. And then we can load the disc. Ah, why is that? Load disc? Oh, is it maybe under here? Chase HQ, right. I'm assuming it's loading. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better sound. Obviously, the wonderful Bill Harbison did. I couldn't remember Bill's bloody second name for a second. He did the graphics for this game, and it is a bloody good game. Right, let's go. I think it's Kempston. Like I says, I'm completely pish at this game, but that doesn't really matter. Gear to play, is it space? Enter. Come on, 3.
Hold on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the sound, it's got the speech, which is fantastic. And I know this game does come up in dispatches quite a lot about being one of the best arcade conversions on the Spectrum, and quite rightly so. I mean, it's bloody phenomenal when you just think of what it's trying to do here. We're going to have to use old boosts. Yeah, I mean, granted it's kind of monochrome, but you know, what do you expect? I don't think you could really do a better job than I've done with this thing. Yeah, I'm completely pish at this. Even the way the sound kind of dips when you're going through a tunnel is a lovely little touch. It's not a game you actually see in arcades very often. I did play this. Where did I play this about? I think I was actually on holiday when I played it. Oh, there he's on there. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I mean, some really nice graphical touches. It's even kind of trying to replicate I think the arcade had... I've not got any more boosts. It had the kind of the siren on the top, so it's quite a nice little touch. Obviously not going to finish this. drastically running out of time. I'm quite sure in the right hands, capable hands, somebody could do a decent version of Chase HQ. I've got enough time. Oh, bollocks. Damn it, if I had another 10 seconds I might have done it. Anyway, not to worry. There we go, that is a Spectrum one. Right, I think what we now need to do is rate it. Graphics. Yeah, it has got a lackey colour, but the graphics are really, really impressive. I'm going to give it a whopping 9. Sound. The sound in this one is good. And again, I know in the 48K version it's not going to be as good, but I think we've got to go with the version we've played. So I think the sound in this is pretty damn good. I'm going to give it a healthy 7.5. Excuse me, playability. Very playable. I'm just shite. It's got to be a 9, and the feel of the arcade. Take away the steering wheel. I'm going to give it an 8.5. There we go. There's a whopping 34 for the Spectrum. Right. Now to drag things down a wee bit. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Yeah, let's load up the Commodore 64 one. Oh, should we? You know what? To save... No. Let's. I was going to say to save fanning about, we could just do all the Spectrum, but no, I think we should jump between them. I don't think this is going to be... It's going to be a multi-load. Let me think. Game base, Mister. There we go. Oh, right, what is that? That's not... Oh, it must be that. Game base, Mister. Chase HQ. There we go. Right, and then load this bug up. Thank you very much for all the 26 people tuning in tonight. Much appreciated. I'm not sure, Adam. I think it was. Actually. I think the I don't think the +3 ran any quicker. Maybe it did. I don't know. That is a nicer picture, I have to say, only because it's colour. But right, how do we start? Unlimited? Nope. Right, okay, here we go. Right away. There's no speech. Wait a minute. How do we change gear? There we go. No speech. Yep, I am doing 265 miles an hour. That's what it says. Let's press the space bar. I don't think this is quite as bad as people make out. Certainly pish. But some people talk about it being like the worst game ever. I don't think it is. In fact, I know it's not. Go and play Auf Wiedersehen Pet on the C64 and come back and tell me this is the worst game ever. But one thing this doesn't have is any speed. Yep, as Colin says there, it's extremely slow. And sadly, why has it got kind of monochrome graphics? I mean, it's almost like the team that were tasked with doing the sprites only got as far as doing the car, and then they forgot everything else. I mean, it's like a kind of mishmash of Commodore 64 sprite, and then they've got a Spectrum Road, but not as good. Yeah, it's bloody ridiculously slow. And you'll notice as well, when the car jumps, the sound cuts off. What's going on there? Yeah, the actual update is bloody abysmal. Fucking hell. Right, let's do a boost. Alright, I take back what I said. There are some sprites, but they're quite gaudy looking. I mean, look, yeah, just ugly. Oh, we've run out of boosts apparently. And it's almost like the cars are too big for the road. There's hardly any space to get past. Yeah, look at how slow the roadside obstacles actually come towards you. Now, we're supposed to be doing, we might be doing 265 miles an hour, or is it kilometres an hour, but it's still bloody fast. I mean, that red car looks more like a bloody spaceship. And it's extremely unresponsive. Evening LFC, how are you, mate? Was your team playing today? I think, was it yesterday they were playing? Yeah, this is completely dog shit slow, it really is. I mean, if you sped this up, it might be moderately playable. Fucking hell. I do like the little flashing sirens at the top. It does kind of give a slight authenticity to the arcade, but that is about it. The actual game itself bears completely no resemblance to the arcade. I think you're right, Adam. Yes. It's just so bloody slow. I mean, it's wrong in so many ways, but the speed, you could be forgiven for the shortcomings of the graphics and the road and etc., but the actual lack of speed just makes it completely pish. Come on, put us out of our misery. Bloody hell. Like the Spectrum one that I played, I think I'm going to literally about 10 seconds short of completing the first level. But I think that's probably a good thing in the case of this one. There's the flames looking out the back of it. Come on. No. going to run out of time, I think. Right, fuck it. That is, yeah, that's Chase HQ in the C64. Let's rate it, shall we? Graphics. The graphics aren't good. I'm going to give it 5. Sound, certainly not as good as a Spectrum. When you get a sound effect, other sound effects stop. I'm going to give it a 5.5. Playability, it's far too slow. It's going to be 4. Feel of the arcade, it's a 4. So, yeah. Okay, right. That was Chase HQ. Next one. Oh, hang on. See, that's the problem of having 2 keyboards. I've got my PC keyboard and I've got my Mr. Keyboard. Right, next one. Renegade. I'll tell you what. We'll just since we've got the C64 one opened up, we'll just load up the C64 version of Renegade. How was the volume? Was it all right? Renegade. There we are. Do you just type run? No, you don't. Load. Hang on. Is it load? Thank you. Good stuff. I think the only time I've actually played this game, the C64, was when I was doing the arcade perfect my arse. Endless Life. No, thank you. Nope. Now, I'm sure I remember reading. Does this use the keyboard or something to alternate between kicks? I can't remember exactly. Right, so how do I? Right, it doesn't want to actually do anything. How do I actually kick? Oh, wait a minute, it does it. I think you've got to use keys, haven't you? Right, tell you what, let me load up my game base so I can read the instructions. I'm sure this one actually uses keys. Renegade, there we go. Extras. Can you believe it? They've got all the different adverts and what have you, but it doesn't actually have any instructions. Let's see if the instructions are on the Spectrum. Right, Renegade. Come on, give me some instructions. Manual, right. Hopefully this might have the C64. No, it doesn't actually. Bugger. +3. Right, doesn't have the instructions for the C64. Right, let me try and figure it out. I'm sure it uses keys. Because it definitely doesn't use the... bloody twat. Oh, you idiot. Take care, Steve. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Yeah, listen to me twaddle on. Certainly not going to be the ideal thing for a sore head. Could anybody please Google it and tell me how a punching... Ah, there we go. Right, 1, 2... Right, that's it, that's it. Right, 1 and 2. Right, let's die and then start again. In fact, tell you what, let's just reload the damn thing. I think I don't know. I think they probably found the best way to try and replicate the arcade. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the joystick, turn the keyboard round like this, and that's going to be. Oh, hang on. Nope, nope, nope. Right, so 1 is jump. Right, hang on. Come on, how did I get him off? Right, 1 does a flying kick. 2, what does that do? Right, so standing still just punches like that. Come on, get off. How do you get off? I have no idea how to get him off. I don't, right, 3 does nothing. And then waggling the buttons doesn't appear to do anything. Thing is, I mean, graphically, it's not too bad. Yeah, it is extremely blocky. I mean, it's fast enough. It responds enough. It's got smooth scrolling. If I could just bloody well fix. So you've got to face the wrong way. You've got to face the wrong way, and then he kicks. Come on, bastard. To get him off, fire and backwards key. Fire and backwards. Alright, okay. Well, I was kind of just waggling it for all I was worth. Bloody joysticks fall off my knee there. Right, let's try and navigate somebody close to the edge. Good evening, Robert. How are you, mate? I am absolutely shit at this. I don't think I've actually managed to land a punch. Right, let's give it one more go and then we'll give up. Now, I do get criticised a lot for having no idea what I'm doing in games, and people say to me, why don't you do the instructions, etc, etc. That's fine if you've got time. I don't do that, so if you don't like, you'll notice I can't seem to hit at all. If you don't like channels that don't actually look at the instructions, then this channel's probably not for you. Right, come on. Nah, I'm shaking the joystick, and he doesn't want to let go. Yeah, I'm go all the way to the wall and they can't get behind you. Ah, okay, there's top tips from a Zap reviewer. Thank you, Paul. Ah, so just punch the fuck out of them from here. Aha! Hey, there we go. Right, well, thanks, Paul. That was definitely a top tip. Go on, dude. So is that quite literally the only way to actually... Oh, fucking hell, they keep coming. I mean, I think this would have been alright if they hadn't put such a cumbersome kind of controls in. I mean, I don't mind. Well, that'll be the bad dude then with the glasses. I don't mind, like, pressing two buttons. But it shouldn't be that you have to just stand next to a wall to actually... Come on. What I want to try and do... it won't let me do that. The only way you can do a backwards kick is if you're facing... Right, I've got him now. Got him in my sights. Right, we'll try this for a couple of minutes and then we'll move on. Now, I think you have to... How do I do it? He's off at least. Let's... Right, you've got to do a flying kick. You can sit in them when you're down and punch them. Right, okay. If I could find instructions, I mean, to be fair, I did actually try to read the instructions now, and we've got to do a flying kick. But it doesn't seem to let me do it. Right, anyway, let's score that. C64 Renegade graphics. They look alright, got decent scrolling, colours aren't bad, quite blocky. I'm going to go for... I think I'm going to go for a 6.5. Sound, it's got a wee tune. I mean, it's pretty limited as to what kind of sound effects you can have in that kind of beat 'em up. I think we'll go for a... I don't know, I'm going to go for a... Is it a 7 or is it a 6.5? Let's go for 6.75. It's playable enough, can't knock the playability. I think it's a 7. Feel of the arcade, I think the arcade does use 2 buttons. Does it feel like the arcade? It's not too bad. A 7. There we go. Right, now onto the Spectrum. Just turn my keyboard around. How are we doing for time? Right, God, I've only played 1.5 games. Now you need to remember, the first 5 games I picked because they are supposed to be good Spectrum conversions. So you'd expect the spectrum to take the lead at this point. Right, what we're looking for? We're looking for Renegade. Disc. Is there a disc version of this game? I would be very, very surprised if that was the case. Oh, Renegade. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, we're on the tape. Right, number 4. Now, well, the first thing that you notice is it's got a lot more people on screen. I think the C64 one had 3. Now, there is a technique. There we go. Oh, you bastard. Fuck you. I do apologise for my colourful language at times. It does leave a bit to be desired. Kick him in the nuts. That's him going. Oh, bugger. Oh, I thought I was dead there. Is there 1 or 2 there? I think there is 2. Yeah, there is. Right, I know I'm missing something. I think you need to do the backwards kick. This one's definitely got kind of more edgy graphics. It does look nicer. It's not got the colour, but it's highly detailed. Kick him in the nuts. There we go. Screw you, mate. Right. How do you actually do the flying kick? Can we stand against the wall again? Why did I knock myself out there? Right, yeah, if you walk against the wall, you fall to the ground. Is it the same over here as well? Yeah, it is. Obviously, they realised there was a bit of cheat mode going on there. Yeah, the animation does look nicer. You can see the definition of the guy's physique and all that, which is pretty good. He's got me, fuck off. Yeah, it's a bit kind of slower paced, but I think it actually benefits the game pretty well. So are these guys with the sticks, are they black or have they merely got balaclavas on? It's hard to tell. I know there's a technique to throwing these guys off, but I don't know it. You need to remember, I'm completely pish at these games, so yeah. Will we have another game? Nah, I think we've not got enough time, folks. Right, that was Renegade in the Spectrum. See, there you go, Paul. I bet you're glad you watched this stream, because now you can go and play a game. And that's what I like about YouTube. You watch somebody playing a game and you think, I'm going to have a game of that. Right, Renegade graphics are pretty good, lackey colour, but I'm going to give it a firm 8. Sounds not bad. It's not brilliant. Nice rendition of the tune. I'm going to give it a 6.75, the same as the thing. Playability, it is extremely playable. I'm going to give that an 8. And Feel It Arcade, it's got more people on screen. I think it does. It does kind of offer quite a good arcade experience. So I think we're going to go for an 8. There we go. Scores in the doors so far. Spectrum is in 64.75 and the Commodore languishes on 45.75. Right, sticking with the Spectrum, we're going to load up. I don't think we have a tape, a disc. Tape. A minute, I'm going to. What the hell am I doing? Right, what do we want? Tape. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. Games. Right, Bombjack. A game I'm not a fan of, but anyway. The extent I go to, from my discomfort for you guys' pleasure, I don't know. It quite literally knows no bounds. Right, where is it? Bombjack, B-O-M, Bombjack. There it is there. Right, let's get this thing loaded. I was never a fan of this game at all. Right, licensed from Tekken and released in 1985. We want P for Kempston and we want 1 to start it. Now, I'm not going to attempt to get the bombs in order because I'm not good enough. Let's get this thing. Oh, we want to get that. Have some of that. There we are. Yeah, it's got monochrome graphics even. But, oh shit. But it does, I like it. It's got the proper aspect ratio. It's got the little, it's got the score and what have you at the right hand side, which means it's got a nice skinny squared screen, which I think is pretty much what the arcade had. Let's get this thing. Come here, you bastard. Have it. Ow, bollocks. E. Right, get that again. There we are. Let's mop up the baddies. Boof. See, the thing is, when I played a game back in the day, you weren't really playing it for high scores. You were always just trying to get to the next level. And the thing is, most arcade games, there's not actually that much to it. You know, so, I mean, for example, Bombjack, I don't know how many levels there are. There's maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6. Well, at least there's only a few backgrounds. And so you think, oh, I've kind of got to the end of the game. But it's all about trying to hoard kind of points. I always thought that scream was a bit shit. What is that meant to be? Is it meant to be like a potato field or something? Oh, balls. Yeah, that's the kind of end of the backgrounds that's now kind of starting to go around. No sound in this one, you'll have noticed that. Oh, arse. Oh. Right, we'll try and get to end this level and then we'll crack on with something else. I mean, you say colour's not bad, obviously the majority of the game is pretty monochrome. But, you know, backgrounds are quite nice. Nothing really to complain about. Right, anyway, well, one thing you can see there is the Spectrum one's quite easy. Right, let's score that. Graphics, again, it's going to lose a point for obviously colour. I think that's going to be an 8, but because it does look like the arcade. Sound is a bit meh, so yeah, no music, some spot sound effects. It's going to be 5. We'll be generous. Playability, it's extremely playable. So it's going to be a 9.5. And the feel of the arcade, yeah, it does feel like the arcade, definitely. So that's going to be an 8 as well. There we go. Right, let's load up the C64 one. Oh, hang on. There we go, Bombjack. Arcade, perfect. My arse. Right, anyway, sorry folks, can't help it. Right. Now, yeah, as you can see, Bombjack has quite literally been on the pies. He's a little fat bastard. What the hell? The playability is up there, apart from him being a bit too fat. Here's the thing, when I first played this game on the C64, I'd never played the arcade. So I wasn't really, you know, I couldn't sort of say, oh, well, it looks nothing like the arcade. I actually thought it wasn't too bad. The thing I don't like about this version, apart from the, you know, he's too fat, which leaves not a lot of room for navigation. You'll see the bombs have got a kind of square round them. Instead of being square, they've got instead of being bomb shape, they've got, look at it, they've got a horrible blue box around them. It's almost like it's not finished. Come on, can we get that thing? Come on. Oh, bollocks. Oh, you git. I mean, it's got some nice speed. It's possibly... Oh, shit. Well, you can see here, I mean, I managed to get to, what, level 10 or something on the Spectrum one, yet I can't even get off level 1 in this. I do like the graphics. I mean, the background graphics are pretty authentic to the arcade. It's so much more difficult. Right, we'll give it another go. Oh, bloody hell. It's actually quite difficult to see the baddies against the background. Oh, bloody hell. This could have been a fantastic conversion. I'm quite sure we know a certain C64 coder that could probably knock this out. Right, listen, we need to move on. We need to move on. That is the C64 version, right? Bombjack graphics, not good. They're way too blocky. It's going to be a 6 for me. Sound, I think the sound in this version is great. It's going to be an 8.5. Playability, it's playable, but it's too hard. It's compromised with the chunky graphics. So it's going to be playability. It's going to be a 6.75. Feel of the arcade. It does feel like the arcade, to be fair. It does. I think we'll go for a 7. Right, after 3 games, the Spectrum is still in the lead with 95.25, and the C64 languishes in last place, or second place, however, whatever way you look at it. Right, sticking with the C64. Now this is going to raise a bone of contention. It's Commando. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're going to play the original Commando. We're not going to use the Commando arcade version that came out, I don't know, about 5 years ago, which is the best home version of Commando. We've got to stick with the original. Let's see if I can find it. Commando, there we go. Right, let's get going. How did I manage to... I managed to throw a grenade. How did I manage to throw a grenade? Because you've got to press the spacebar. I wish I had a technique for getting past this, but I can never really... Well, I can do it occasionally, but it's just difficult. Oh, fucking hell. I quite literally could play this game. I wouldn't say forever, but I could play it for a long time. Ta-da-dum, pom 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 pom. Whew, fucking hell. Oh, you bastard. thing about this tune, that is what makes this game. Oh, bloody hell. Nah, I don't think there's a safe spot in this game anywhere. I always thought maybe if you stand at the side you can escape, but no, sadly not. Okay, hell. The only way to try and do it is just to keep moving, as S Club 7 said. Ah, fucking hell. I'm sure there's a bit of mileage for a part 2 of this series if you folks like it. Hey, at last, fucking hell. Evening, Del Boy. Ah, bollocks. You've got to lob a grenade again to kill these guys. I think you may have to. Fucking hell, come on. Bollocks. There we go. Yeah, right, let's rate this. Graphics. I think the graphics are alright. I think they're pretty good. There is a lot of glitching and what have you. I'm going to go for a 7. Excuse me. 7 for graphics. Sound is epic. It's got fire and sound. Does it have fire and sound? No, but it's got the Rob Hubbard tunes, so it's got to be 9. Playability. It's extremely playable. It's going to have to be an 8. And feel of the arcade. It's going to be a 7. There we go. Right, Spectrum. Right, by the way, if we get to 9 o'clock, we're going to have to end this. I'm up for school tomorrow, so yeah. Right, let's get into that. Core. Let's jump down to Spectrum. Tape loader. Let's see, tape. We can just jump into that. Commando. Thank you very much. You've got 42 people tuning in tonight. Thanks very much. I've got a really good, nice and nasty on Tuesday again coming up. In fact, no, I tell you what, I don't. No, I do, because I'm actually recording. I'm recording a video with this guy again on Tuesday. Yeah, I've got a nice and nasty coming up. I hope you enjoyed the one from last week, Paul Drury. He's always enormous fun. He's a great lad. What am I looking for? Commando. I'm way past it. Commando, there we are. I know what that is. There we go. Wait a minute. That is not the one. That is not the droid we are looking for. Oh, contentious, Trev. You'd give it 2 for graphics. Right, that is not the Spectrum version we were thinking about. Well, it's going to have to be this one, I think. Right, yeah. I need to take these headphones off for a second. Oh, bloody hell. I love that Spectrum sound. It is quintessentially Spectrum, isn't it? The wee kind of farty kind of noise. Right, J for joystick, and then we want to go for 1 for Kempston, like so. And then we start the game, right. Now this gets an instant bonus point, because unlike the C64 one, if you hold down the fire button, it throws a grenade, which is good. A bit of colour clash going on there. Obviously, kind of lacky detail in the ground. I mean, you're running against a kind of a blank yellow screen background thing. Now, one thing about the C64 one, in fact, I might actually have to reduce the feel of the arcade. I know I say feel of the arcade, but arcade experience. It does only have 3 levels, which isn't good, considering I think the original had 8. That was obviously rectified when they brought out the new Commando arcade, but like I say, for the purpose of this video, we're going with the original. This is really playable. Fucking hell. Shit. Instantly lose all my lives. Yeah, the colours are a bit pants, but oh, bollocks. Can we shoot them that way? No, we can't. Can we destroy that? Nope. Oh, you bastard. Fuck's sake. It's all kicking off now. Can we destroy them from over there? I don't think we can. Holy shit, they can bloody lob the grenades a distance. Fucking hell. Let's just make a run for it. Right, there we go. There we go. Ah, ah dear. Right, okay. We're not going to have another game of that. Right. Let's see. Commando graphics. Black and white, but I do think it looks better. It does look more like the arcade. I mean, the sprites do look more arcade-like. So I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it the same as the C64 because the C64 obviously had color, but the Spectrum doesn't have any color, but it does look more like it. Sound, a few farts. Um, it's going to be a 4, I think. Playability, it's going to be a 9. Um, Feel of the arcade, it's good. I'm going to give that a 7, and I'm actually, excuse me, I'm going to bring the Commodore 64 one down by, excuse me, I think the Spectrum one's got all the levels. The Spectrum one, the Commodore 64 version doesn't. So there we are, folks. After 4 games, the Commodore 64 has got 104 points, and sorry, Trev, I know you're the graphics man. What do you call it? Total, yeah, let's see. Yeah, the Spectrum was on 122, and the Commodore 64 is on 104. Right. Yeah, I upset Trevor there. Hopefully he didn't take it personal. Right, let's move on. Where are we? Right, I don't think we're going to get through all of these. Right, what I'm going to do, because I think time is of the essence. Nah, listen, what we'll do is if we have to continue this another night, then we will. Right, sticking with the Spectrum, let's load up a Gauntlet disc. Now we're going to go for the disc version. So what we need to do, uh, don't get too ahead of yourself, Country Road. These were the games that I picked because I knew that the Spectrum did have decent versions. Right, hardware, we're going to go for +3, like so. And then we want to go back, and then we want to reset and apply. And then we want to load up the disk. The thing is, this is just my opinion. It's only my opinion. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. Right, what are we looking for? Gauntlet. Is Gauntlet there? There it is there. Right, Gauntlet. Okay. And right, let's hit return. The thing is, everybody's got their own take on something. You know what I mean? Some of the games that get the best reviews, like bloody Mission Impossible, I don't think it's a good game at all. But this is just my opinion. Right, space to continue. Space to continue. Is it going to? Oh bollocks! How do we? How do we pick? How do we pick the joystick? Yeah, wait a minute. I didn't. I didn't see the option there to pick joystick. I'll try again. Tell you what, let me load up my game base and I'll see if I can see any instructions for the Spectrum one. Yeah, you're never going to, you're never going to please everybody. In fact, you're never going to please anyone when you have a Commodore 64 Spectrum thing. It's quite funny actually how some people still get very upset about it. It's a bit of fun, you know what I mean? Gauntlet. All right, let's have a look. Gauntlet. Gauntlet, there we go, US gold. Right, have we got... No, bollocks, we don't have... We don't. Let's see if there's a manual for Gauntlet 2. Nope. Right. Right, I'm not seeing... When the phones, use the cursor keys to move and press space to select your choice. Stick with us, Trev. That was a good Spectrum games. There's 5 good ones to come on the Commodore 64. Right, I can't. Oh wait a minute, hang on. I don't know if this is going to. Right, here we go. Right, how do we change that? Use cursor keys and space. Space is it? Right, we don't want player one. Press fire. Right, excellent. Hopefully it's going to move. Right, there we, hey, there we go. Right. Okay, now. Now I can't remember the C64 one. Obviously, looking at that, you could say that there's no real. Is he moving? Is he actually moving there? Well, you know he's moving because he's moving, but there's nothing to actually say he's moving. There's no background graphics to actually show he's moving. Fortunately, not yet, Craig. I'm saying fortunately, he's welcome to come in. Holy shit! I mean, it's impressive when you see the number of, they're not sprites. When you see the number of things moving on the screen, it's impressive. This was probably one of the most widely anticipated games for me ever. Let's release the beasts and then we'll just leg it. Yeah, that's exactly it, Dale. It's, you know, is there a feeling of movement? You know, that is obviously the shortcomings of the Spectrum. And there were shortcomings of the Spectrum, absolutely. Thing is, it plays well. It does feel like Gauntlet. Now, I didn't vote for this game. This was this actually came pretty high up in the Your Sinclair thing. That's why I included this. Alright, we'll try and get to end this level, and we'll. Wait a minute. Right, hang on. Am I not right in thinking that if you hold the joystick to the side, you should destroy things? And it doesn't seem to do it in this version. When you hold if you hold the joystick to the side, that should destroy the traps, but it's not doing that. Right, there we go. That is Gauntlet on the Spectrum. Let's jump across to the Commodore 64. I can just see some new people to this stream thinking, why the hell has that guy got an Excel spreadsheet on a gaming stream? Right, I think we can go to... No, we'll just go to cartridges. Gauntlet, there we go. Dink. Now this game, this was the game that came out, and I had the chance of going out for Hogmanay. Don't know when it was, Hogmanay 85 to 86, and instead of that, I chose to stay in and play this on Hogmanay on my own right through the night. US or UK version. That is impressive. Yeah. Was that Ben Douglas? I think it was. Yeah. That even looks like the arcade. Right, space to continue. Right, must be a joystick. Swap joysticks. Whoops. Right, and for the consistency, we'll go for Quest or the Elf. Now, no, I was going to say, wait a minute, did the Spectrum one have the kind of walls that actually showed you were moving? At least, I mean, this you can see you're moving, obviously. I don't think the Spectrum one did have that. Graphics are a wee bit, I don't know, not quite as clear, but they do have the shading of the arcade, which is a nice little touch. And I want to try and see if I can destroy this. Oops, come on. Right, no, it doesn't seem to work with that either. And there is a bit of animation to the uh, the monsters as well, which is nice. And I mean, look at this. Fucking hell, that was a bit silly. Let's use a bit of magic. Oh, I don't have any, do I? Come on, boys. Yeah, I don't know how they managed to get as many moving objects on the screen. That is impressive. I didn't actually rate the Spectrum one. Right, I'll do that after this one. Come on, evening, Brian. Right, it's not doing anything. Has it crashed? Right, it's not working. Right, I think it's crashed. Right, I know it didn't crash because I did buy it and it was fine. Right, graphics on the Spectrum. It's going to have to be, I don't know, it's going to be a 6. Sound, not great. Not an awful lot of sound, a 5. Playability, yeah, it was up there. I think the 8.5 for playability. Feel of the arcade, it did feel like the arcade. That's going to be an 8. Right, Gauntlet on the Commodore 64. Graphics, I think they're slightly better. Not much. So it's going to be a 6.75. Sound, whilst not great, is definitely better. So I think, I mean, it's got a cracking bit of music. It's going to be no, it's going to, yeah, I mean, sound effects. It's going to be a 6.75 again for that. Playability, it's right up there. It's going to be the same as the Spectrum. Feel of the arcade, I'm going to put that to 8 as well. Uh, so there we go. Right after 50%, and we're not going to get this finished, by the way, here, folks, because it's 25 past 8, and we're only halfway through. It's neck and neck. Well, the Spectrum is on 149.75, and the Commodore 64 is on 134. Right, sticking now, we're on to the Commodore 64's good games, good arcade conversions. The first one up is Buggy Boy. Cartridge. Da, da, da. Do you really hate the Spectrum? Generally, Trevor, you're not a fan of the Spectrum. I know, obviously, you were the C64 kind of maestro. But I mean, I'm a C64 guy. Honestly, I am. But I have learned that there are some really good Spectrum games out there. Right, let's crack on with this. Swap joysticks. Nope. Now, this is the prime example of a company taking the core elements of a game, and instead of trying to replicate the arcade, they've taken the core elements and used the strengths of the host machine, and in doing so have made a really good version of Buggy Boy. I mean, the playability of this game is off the scale. It is so good. I think when it came out, it was full price, but then I think it got released on budget, like most games. And what a game! Oh, bollocks! The thing is, on the surface, it doesn't look very good, but it's just it's the overall package. Oh, it helps if I move down a gear. It's the overall package of the game that just makes it. There we go. That is the C64 one. Right. Graphics, absolutely not arcade perfect, but they're completely functional, and that's going to get a 7. Sound is really good. I think that's going to be an 8. Playability, it's a 10 for me. Feel of the arcade, I think it's going to be a 9, 9.5. Some people actually say that it's the best version, bar none. I don't know if I'd go that far. I do like the arcade. I mean, I think the visuals of the arcade are really nice. Right, let's crack on. Excuse me. We might actually get through. Yeah, we've still got. We'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on, folks. We might get there. Tape. Oh, we're looking for Buggy Boy. I don't know what all the different versions are. That was quick. Joystick, yeah, that's fine. Move the joystick and press fire. Select your course. Well, why is it not? Right, it's not working with that. Even though it did say, right, I'm going to reload it again. Tell you what, let me try a different version. Whoops. 1, 2. Well, tell you what, let's go for the. Let's load the. Let's load the 128 version. Oh, hang on. I can't hell. What the hell? Exit. Right, what do we want? I don't know if it came in disc, we'll just go for tape. Think. Well, bugger. Oh, it doesn't like that, does it? Okay, well, we might not be able to see the Spectrum version at this rate. Reset and apply. Let's have a look. There might be a disc. You never know. Nope. Right. Let's just go back to hardware. What I'm going to do. Oh, I tell you what. Let's put the Spectrum 128. Nah, we'll just go for that. Back. Reset and apply. And then we want to load the tape. And it's load. Oops. Now you see that does say Kempson joystick. And this is set to Kempson joystick. See, Kempson. Right, why is that not working? Right, let's just see if we can use the... Is this going to work? I don't think it is. How do we move? Oh, hang on. We've got some movement. I'm having to use the keys here. Come on. Yeah, it looks like it's going to score a 0. Right, come on. I don't know why it's not wanting to. That's left, that's right. Spacebar does nothing. Is there going to be another key up there? Right, I cannot for the life of me get this to actually move. Oh, is that actually doing something? Right, looks like it is. How do we change gear? Come on, how do we get out of low gear? That. Space. Buggy Boy, yeah. Right, so it's that. Whoa, wait a minute. Hang on. Right. Ah, right, left, right, okay. Right, how do you start the bloody thing? Right. I still don't know how to change gear. So we might have to base this review thing on not actually ability. It's not spacebar, it's not enter, it's not shift. It's not that button, it's not that button. You'd think it would be right next to the thing. Right, so it's that. Let me just run my fingers along. It's none of these. It's none of these. It's none of these. Right, I officially give up. I don't know how to. I don't know how to change gear. Right, we're just going to have to base the base on this, which isn't ideal. There is a bit of slowdown going on. Ah, wait a minute. How did I manage to change? I've managed to change. I've somehow managed to change into high. I went into high gear there. How did I manage that? Right, you know what? I'm going to abandon that. Right, graphics. I've got to say the graphics are better than the C64. They're more detailed, less colour, so I'm going to give it half a point more. I'm going to go for 7.5 for the Spectrum. Sound is pretty pants. There's a little noise. Playability, it's playable enough, not to the same extent as the C64, so it's going to be a 7. Feel of the arcade, nah, we'll go for 7 as well. Oh, not 70. Right, okay. So it scored 23.5, and the C64 Buggy Boy scored 34.5. I'm upsetting a lot of people here tonight. It's one of these ones. I don't know. I suppose I'm trying to see the Spectrum one does have the graphics look more like Buggy Boy. Right, I'm going to appease you lot, you bugs. I'm going to give it 7 each because the Spectrum version does look more like the arcade, but it's not got the colour. So 7 each. How's that? Right, next. I keep pressing the wrong bloody thing. Right, next one is Hypersports. Now this is a game that it's highly revered on the Spectrum because it was written by Joffa Smith. Why am I looking under J for Joffa Smith? We're looking for Hypersports. Reset, apply, and then load. Oops. I don't think that's working, is it? Ooh, are you being serious, Ox? I mean, I've made up my mind what the best version is with this already. What we're looking for, right? We're going to go for hardware. We're going to go for the +2, like +2, 128. Yeah, that's what we want. Right, then we want to reset it and then apply like so. And then we want to put the tape in like so, and then hit enter. There we go. Right, number 2. Right, we're just going to put any bollocks in. I'm going to turn the joystick around so I can waggle it better. In fact, no, I'm going to going to stick with this. Graphics aren't bad, obviously monochrome. And I'm going to have to change hands. There we go. Thankfully, I'm only in a postage size camera. I don't even want to see this. Right. Again, the graphics do look real, but they're black and white. Hi Mark, how you doing, buddy? Oh, bugger. Right, we'll have one go at this, and then we'll crack on. The animation of these wee guys is excellent. Thing about Joffa Smith, he did everything. He did the programming, he did the graphics, the lot. Right, listen, we're going to move on because time is of the essence. That is the Spectrum version of thing, mate. I'm going to rate it in a second. Right, okay, Hypersports graphics. The graphics are really good. Obviously, they do lack colour and they don't look exactly like the arcade. So I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a 6.5. Sound, there's a few spot effects, not great. I'm going to give it a 3.5. Playability, it's a 9. Feel of the arcade, it does feel like the arcade. Doesn't matter what you say, it does feel like the arcade. That's going to be a hefty 8, taking the Spectrum up to 199.75. Right, what do we want to do? We want to go to cartridge. It's over. The C64 version wins. I mean, listen to that music. That is just absolutely sublime. That is brilliant. I quite literally could listen to that all night. I've put in that, doesn't matter. Oh shit, there we go. Now, the graphics for this do look very, 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 very arcade-like. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, have it. I've never, in all the time I've played it, I've never heard that little noise before. See, that is... There we go. Listen to the sound. Oh, bugger, I thought we were going to get the... I thought we were going to get the little tune when you beat the high score, but I don't think we did. There we go. Right, that was a C64. Right, Hyper Sports. I don't make any. I don't mind admitting that this is one of my favourite C64 games. I think it's a fantastic conversion. I'm going to give the graphics 8.5. I think they're astonishing. Sound is utterly fantastic. It's going to get an 8.5 as well. Playability. I'm going to give it an 8.5. It is really playable, but I think there's just something slightly extra about the Spectrum, probably because of the programmers, because Joffa Smith was probably widely recognised as being the best programmer out there. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 for playability. Feel of the arcade, 100%. I'm going to give it an 8.5. There we go. Right. The Hyper Sports on the C64 gets 34 on the C64, and on the Spectrum it gets 27. Right, how are we doing for time? We've got 10 minutes. I don't know if we're going to get them all done, but we'll give it a go. Right, sticking with the C64, we're going to reset that to begin with. In fact, we need to take out the cartridge. Hang on. Wait a wee minute. I love these. I upset everybody. I do expect my subscriptions to come down. Anyway, right. What am I looking for? We're looking for Salamander. Now, wait a wee minute. I think there's multi-load Salamander in here. There, it's there. Hopefully this will work. This is a ridiculously good conversion of the arcade. I mean, look at this. You know what? It's good to see the passion that still exists with these old systems. People getting upset. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a ridiculously good conversion, this. Bloody hell, can I get through there? Whew. Bit of slow down. Oh, balls. Right, okay, that is the C64 one. Now, I can't comment on the like the levels and all this kind of stuff, but from a graphical point of view, it is going to get a 9. It is really, really cool. Sound, it's going to be... It's got firing sound effects, it's got music, it's going to be an 8.5. Playability, 9. Feel of the arcade, absolute 9. Nothing wrong with that. Right, Spectrum. Let's see if we can, I don't know, oops, tape. I would imagine it was probably a multi-load. Oh, damn it. Salamander. Hope this is going to work. J for joystick, and J to alter joystick. I want number 1, there we go, and then 1 to begin. I think I did an arcade perfect my arse about this game, and I think what I said was that it was felt that the weapons weren't powerful enough to actually destroy the baddies. Oh, bloody hell, the firing, yeah, it's got a tiny playing area, and the sound, not the sound, you've just not got the firepower. See, I mean, I've missed that. Evening, Gary. Game over. Right, listen, time is of the essence, folks, so we're just going to batter on with that. Graphics aren't bad, lackey colour. I think it's. We'll give it. I don't know. We'll give it a 6 for graphics. Sound, not good. Not good. Very, very limited. I think it's going to be a 4. Playability, it's because it's a bit slow. I just find it's difficult to actually play. So playability is going to be it's going to be a 7. Feel of arcade, no. We'll give it a generous 6. So Salamander on the Spectrum scores 23. On the C64 it gets 35 and a half. And 2 games to go, folks. Oh, I keep opening up, pressing the wrong keyboard. I think we can get this finished. Apologies for kind of rushing it a wee bit. Right, what we're looking for, we're looking for tape, and it's going to be Ghosts and Goblins. Now I think Ghosts and, or was it Ghosts and Goblins, or was it RoboCop that was like in the charts for something like 5 years? It was ridiculous. Uh, it's interesting, just from what we've seen in the comments, there's obviously provoked a bit of debate, shall we say, upset a few people. It's just my personal opinion and nothing else. I do expect to see a few comments over the next couple of weeks, probably a few thumbs down as well, but I think that's hilarious. It's interesting that people get so upset about some random on YouTube saying something. Ghosts and Goblins, why can't I find that? Ghosts, Ghostbusters, right? I'm not seeing it there. Tape. Is there a disc? Ghosts and Goblins. No, that's not. I don't think that's the one we're thinking of, is it? Exactly, Trev. I fully expect to see that. Right, but a minute. I think tape. Uh, Come on, there's got to be. Wait a minute. Discs, games. Let's just try in here. Ghosts, ghouls and ghosts, ghosts and goblins. There we are. Right, at last. Right, select joystick number 2, press enter, there we go, and start game. Now, I don't know if, oh there we go, we do have a sound effect. I can't hell. It's got that horrible game mechanic where you've got to jump, push up. Now you see this right away, there's something that I don't like about this. The ghosts in the arcade one should just rise straight up and come at you. In this one, they kind of rise gradually whilst moving. Now, they don't do that in arcade. Oh, bollocks. I can't help. It's actually hard to see. Oh, I've got the. See, I don't like that. It shouldn't. They should. Oh, they should just rise straight up. Instead of kind of gradually floating. Bugger off. Does Mister have an Apple GS score? I am not really too sure. I can't hell. Ooh. Come on. I can't hell. Oh, bollocks. Am I somehow got infinite lives? We'll play one more life. Oh, piss off. Right, anyway, I think time is cracking on. Cheers, LFC. Take care, man. Right, Spectrum. That is not as good as I remember it to be. Graphics. Like, I mean, Sir Lancelot or whatever his name is looks nothing like him. He looks like a wee fat dude. He's not got a beard or anything. Colour's not great. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it 5.75. I think. Excuse me. Sound is going to get a 1 because it quite literally has one sound effect. It's playable enough. I'm not very good. It is playable enough. So I'm going to give it a 7 for playability. Feel of the arcade. Does it feel like I'm playing Ghosts and Goblins? Take care of Rodin. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Does it feel like the arcade? I'm going to say 6.75. Yeah. No, I mean, it's not great. Not great. Right. Core. C64. Commodore 64. Yeah, that's exactly it, Scott. They do. I don't like the movement of the way it moves. Not a fan of that. Right, cartridges. Ghosts and Goblins. Is it there? Ghosts and Goblins. Now again, I'm going to be using the original rather than the one that came out a couple of years later. It came out about 10 years ago, which is a definitive version. Now, see, that's how the zombies should come out. Ah, bugger. Come on, there shouldn't be that bloody many of these things. Piss off. Oh, arse. I absolutely detest that game mechanic, having to press up and diagonal to jump. thanks. Evening, Tony. How are you, mate? Oh, balls. Fucking hell. I'm doing absolute shit. Right, yeah, we need to crack on. Right, Ghosts and Goblins. Graphics, not great, but they certainly do look like the arcade. So I'm going to give that a 7. Sound is not bad at all. It's even got some little spot effects, so I'm going to give that a 7.75. Playability, I find it easier than the Spectrum one. I'm going to go for the same, give that a 7. Feel of the arcade, it does feel like the arcade, so it's going to be a 7.75. And our very last game, folks, is, let's just get it loaded up on this. It's a game that myself and my daughter used to love playing in arcades, or playing in MAME at least. If I can find it, why have I gone into C when it begins? Where are you, fool? Now this game, I believe, was actually coded by a friend of mine's, Steve Snake, Rodmad Rod. Oh, wait a minute. Is it a... It might actually be a multi-load. Multi-load. Rodland. I'm not too bad, Tony, thanks. Yeah, this is an absolute spot-on conversion. Yeah. What a conversion this is. Utterly, utterly sublime. This is going to be one of the best conversions of any arcade game. You can come up here, son. Come on. Good lad. You know what it is, Mark? It's because this has got a game mechanic that I can understand. I know how to play it. The game mechanic with Rodland is all over the place. I simply can't play it, but I actually do enjoy it. I don't have a hatred of cutesy games per se, but Rainbow Islands is just completely unplayable. But you know, I like this game. My daughter we used to play it 2-player, and really enjoy it. So anyway, listen, time is marching on. So that is Rodland on the C64. Graphics are absolutely fantastic. That's going to be a big fat 9. Sound again, it's no music. I don't know. In fact, they might have. Let me just quickly restart. You might actually get the option for. Can we skip that? Playability. It's a 10. Absolute 10. I don't know whether there's music, so it's going to lose a couple of points. Right? Playability is going to be a 10. Sound, it's got the sound effects. I think an 8. Feel of the arcade, it's got to be a 10. It's got to be a 10. Right, let's finish off with Rodland on the Spectrum. Hopefully it came out for the Spectrum. I'm not actually sure. There was a couple of games I was going to feature in this until I realised they didn't actually exist on one of the host machines. Right, let's have a quick look. Load tape. Games. Rodland. Rodland recolored tap. Don't know what that means. Number 3. And then number 1 for Kempson. And then that X. Yeah, that is. Oh, fair play. The Spectrum needs 62 to 40 to win. Wacky colour, but it has, yeah. What the hell? This is pretty bloody good. You see, people do think that I hate Rainbow Islands because it's cute graphics. I can't stand the main character. I really can't stand him. He annoys me. He's got these big bulbous eyes, like a little school child thing. But it's the game mechanics. It's just the way you fire rainbows, and sometimes you walk in them, sometimes you break them. I just don't like it at all. Yeah, it has got a bit of colour clash going on there, or quite a bit of colour clash. Oh shite. Kaboom, have that. Oh shit. And it's got some sound as well, some music as well. But try and oversee the cutesy graphics and you've actually got a really good game. There we go. Right, listen folks, it's getting late. We need to tie this one up. Graphics. The graphics do look like the arcade. Obviously they do lack colour and there's a bit of colour clash, so I think I'm going to go for 7. Sound, not as good as the C64. It's got a few spot effects, it's got a few bits of music. I think we'll go for a 6.5. Playability, it's a 10, absolute 10. Feel of the arcade. Well, we'll maybe knock it back half a point. So there we have it, folks. Yeah, we looked at Chase HQ, Renegade, Bombjack, Commando, Gauntlet, Buggy Boy, Hypersports, Salamander, Ghosts and Goblins, and Rodland. And we compared the versions on the C64 and the Spectrum. The Spectrum, out of what would that be, 40 times, I don't know, somebody do it, for 400 points, the Spectrum scored 276.25, and the Commodore 64 scored 304.5, which officially means the Commodore 64 is better at arcade versions. But no, I mean, there's some great arcade conversions for the Spectrum, you know. It has been a laugh, folks. I know I've upset a few people tonight, but you know what? It's always nice to kind of prompt debate and what have you. So, yeah. Anyway, listen, folks, thank you very, very much for watching. It was a great turnout tonight. It's been good fun. I'm off to have a cup of tea and then get a bath before I've got school tomorrow. So, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Take care.